Good morning. Thank you everyone who has joined us today for our webinar. Today we're going to talk about QLogic's 10 gigabit Ethernet network adapters. Our speaker today is Steve Garceau, Technical Marketing Manager for QLogic. Nick Lainus, our Senior Sales Engineer, will be handling the chat box during this webinar. For all of you that have joined us today, you will be receiving your Starbucks card within 10 to 15 days. I will now turn it over to Steve and he will get us started.
Thanks, Lori, and again, welcome everybody. I wanted to show you a quick agenda of what we're going to talk about today. I want to give you an updated snapshot on QLogic, who we are, what we do, and give you a glimpse also into our Ethernet strategy, kind of what we're thinking and where we're going. We're going to, of course, unveil our two new 10 gig products, and then we're going to talk about the market, its requirements, and give you a snapshot of the competitive comparisons. And if we have some time at the end, hopefully we'll be able to take a couple of questions. So without further ado, let's give you the update on the corporate side of things. So as you can see, we're still very much an engineering-centric company, about 1,000 employees worldwide, and of course we're number one in fiber channel, long history there. But recently we've gained the number 2 position in Ethernet, so we're pretty happy about that, and that's largely due to the efforts here at QLogic and a couple of acquisitions that occurred earlier this year. Namely, we bought Brocade's adapter business, and we also bought Broadcom's NetExtreme 2 Ethernet adapter business. So those two things together really have helped put us over the top and put us in a really good position in the Ethernet market, and we want to tell you more about that as we get going here. So when we talk about QLogic, we talk about fiber channel a lot of times, right? Most of you probably know QLogic as being the name that's synonymous with fiber channel, and that's certainly for very good reason. We're number one in server and storage target markets with nearly 60% of market share, and we got a reputation of driving innovation. But our product portfolio, as you see here, is so much more than just fiber channel. Our Ethernet and converged Ethernet server and storage connectivity solutions are very broad and very well adopted by Tier 1 OEMs. And now that we're bringing our Ethernet technology through to those OEMs, we're also bringing it out directly to end users, and that's what we're going to talk about here today. So let's take a look at our Ethernet market and strategy and how that's evolving over time. So the Ethernet market itself is certainly in transition. You know, if we look at it, we see that the number of 10 gig ports is soon going to overtake the number of 1 gig ports and be the sweet spot of the enterprise market. Seems like it wasn't all that long ago that the 10 gig server attach rates were about 1 in 5. Today, largely driven by Grantley server refresh and lower per port pricing, about half of all enterprise servers shipped in 2015 are going to have 10 gig ports on it. Now, even though the next column is talking about production timelines, today QLogic is sampling adapters to Tier 1 server and storage OEMs that's based on the industry's first 100 gigabit Ethernet capable network controller. It's also the first controller that can support the emerging 25 gigabit Ethernet standard. Beyond the obvious bump in performance valued by today's managed service providers and highly virtualized enterprise data centers, the 25 gig standard has a better cost curve than 40 gigabit since it's backward compatible with 10 gig single lane server interconnects that are ubiquitous today. QLogic's Ethernet strategy is to offer a breadth of Ethernet speeds from 10 to 100 gigabit with maximum flexibility, featuring multi-protocol offload with concurrent LAN and SAN connectivity, as well as low latency RDMA services. QLogic will lead the way with ultra-low CPU utilization that's going to free up server CPU cycles for business-critical applications, thus maximizing hyperscale enterprise data centers. QLogic is introducing a new line of 10 gig adapters designed for today's diverse virtualized environments. The 3400 series of intelligent Ethernet adapters and the 8400 series of true converged network adapters are born from 13 generations of Ethernet development experience. Both of these lines have been proven by major server system manufacturers and have gone through rigorous qualification on both Romley and Grantley platforms and now enjoy widespread adoption by their customers for use in a variety of applications. Both the 3400 and 8400 series adapters have a broad set of integrated features designed to support multi-tenant architectures while maximizing application performance. QLogic's dual adapter strategy aligns well with the 10 gig market requirements, allowing customers to control, optimize, and scale their virtualized environment. The 10 gig market landscape is vast and varied, ranging from basic 10 gig connectivity to converged networking where performance is everything. The 10 gig E value market is aligned with the price performance customer who places a premium on an Ethernet adapter with just the right features and network performance for their particular environment. The 10 gig value segment of the market has varying levels of virtualization and places significant importance on simplified and economical network connectivity to their existing infrastructure. The converged performance segment of the market also experiences mixed levels of virtualization in the data center, but places a significant premium on storage I/O in an iSCSI or fiber channel over Ethernet converged network environment. This end of the market also tends to run more business critical applications like databases and buys servers with the fastest processor they can get to ensure top application performance. Next, let's take a closer look at how QLogic's dual adapter strategy aligns with the 10 gig market landscape. QLogic believes that a dual 10 gig E adapter strategy is the most efficient and economical way to address the market's varied requirements. The 3400 series of OEM-proven Ethernet intelligent Ethernet adapters provides exceptional value in the form of industry standard and innovative features to enable businesses to get the most out of their software-defined data center architecture. Available with 10G base T, short-range optic, and direct attached copper connectivity, the 3400 series is the ideal choice for enterprise and managed service provider environments. The 8400 series of true converged network adapters builds upon the 3400 feature set and benefits, adding hardware-based FCOE and iSCSI offloads to maximize storage network performance. The 8400 is the solution of choice for workload-intensive compute environments, providing a reliable, high-performance 10 gig E connectivity solution for converged infrastructures. Both the 10 gig adapters leverage QLogic's long-standing industry leadership in Ethernet by providing the highest levels of performance, efficiency, and reliability for the virtualized data center. QLogic adapters deliver Ethernet for everyone. 3400 series adapters help customers take control of 10 gig migration costs by combining the latest features designed to maximize the software-defined data center with RJ45 network compatibility, flexibility, and cost effectiveness. Multi-adapter and remote management capabilities provide data center managers with the ultimate in simple yet powerful control of all their networked QLogic 10 gigabit resources. 3400 series adapters optimize application performance by enabling the dynamic allocation of bandwidth where and when it's needed. The ability to make a dual-port adapter appear as 8 adapters to the operating system, each with physical level traffic isolation, provides fine-grained quality of service control to achieve maximum application and virtual machine resource allocation. 3400 adapters help customers to scale VM capacity to new heights while overcoming virtual LAN scaling limitations. With embedded offloads like VXLAN and NVGRE, secure multi-tenant connectivity across disparate data centers is assured. The 8400 series of converged network adapters builds upon the feature set of the 3400 series with added features designed to deliver superior storage and application performance. The 8400 features industry-leading performance by delivering a true hardware-based CNA that fully offloads FCOE and iSCSI network traffic. With these offloads, server CPUs are freed up to accelerate compute-intensive applications to new heights. And with additional computing power available, the 8400 is a key enabler to running more VMs on the same virtualized server. Now, there are competitors in the 10 gig E market space that employ a one-size-fits-all strategy to address the spectrum of requirements we see across the landscape. Taking a closer look at this approach, we see that the virtualization scalability is limited, and it really lacks some of the necessary attributes required by this market. Without 10G-based connectivity to ubiquitous and simplified RJ45 cabling infrastructures, the one-size-fits-all approach lacks flexibility and cost-effectiveness that are really valued by this segment of the market. With added features that are targeted to resonate with customers in the Converged Performance Storage I/O segment of the market, customers in the value segment may find this offering is overpriced. By way of contrast, the 3400 series is designed expressly for the 10 gig value market, delivering the right mix of virtualization features to cost-effectively optimize your software-defined data center. Turning our attention to the Converged Performance segment of the 10 gig market landscape, customers place an emphasis on adapter capabilities that will drive their software-defined data center to new levels. This is where using a network interface card in highly virtualized and storage performance-centric environments comes up short. A NIC employed as a CNA simply lacks features that can guarantee quality of service to maximize application and VM resource allocation. A NIC that uses software to handle iSCSI and FCOE connectivity consumes precious server CPU cycles that can slow compute-intensive applications. This software-initiated approach has a negative impact on its ability to help the server scale virtualization and deliver top application performance. QLogic has taken an entirely different approach to ensuring the Converged Performance customer is not disappointed. The 8400 series delivers true CNA performance without the CPU burden to optimize and effectively scale both data and storage network I/O while pushing application performance to new heights. The 8400 delivers everything imaginable for today's requirements and tomorrow's possibilities. Many servers today are shipped with a LAN on motherboard option, or a LOM. Server LOMs offer multiple ports of 1 gig or 10 gig Ethernet and are ideally suited for environments without high availability requirements. This is because a LOM-only configuration is a single point of failure. LOMs are also well suited for general purpose I/O that doesn't require fine-grained quality of service control. With the QLogic 10 gig stand-up PCIe adapters, you can build in high availability to match your environment. You can use features like NIC partitioning and/or single root I/O virtualization to improve virtualization-related traffic and enhance application performance with fine-grained control. Couple all these great features you've heard about today with 10G-based connectivity, and you have a flexible solution that cost-effectively aligns with your current infrastructure. Now, while I'd like to see two QLogic adapters in every server, a LOM plus a QLogic stand-up adapter approach may make the most sense. With the ability to have Ethernet adapters on different PCIe buses, each with different firmware drivers, this strategy aligns perfectly with both high availability and virtualization best practices. Lastly, let's summarize the ground we've covered today with this competitive matrix. As you can see, Intel's older X520 and X540 platforms lack many of the performance-enhancing and virtualization scaling features required by today's software-defined networks. And while Intel's new X710 platform delivers some of these new features the market is looking for, it doesn't give you the ability to control quality of service with NPAR. And without a 10G-based option, the X710 is simply not compatible with your existing RJ45 networks. And if you're into hyperconvergence and storage performance is paramount, the Intel NIC family with software iSCSI and FCOE is going to leave you disappointed. So whether your data center aligns with the 10 gig value market or the Converged Performance segment of the market, I think you'll find that trying to shoehorn a one-size-fits-all model into your particular requirements will result in either overpaying or underperforming. Only QLogic's dual adapter strategy aligns with the spectrum of 10 gig market requirements, allowing you to control, optimize, and scale your virtualized environments. And with that, we have a wrap. I want to make sure that you first and foremost know that we have a QLogic team standing by at the ready, and they are a great resource to answer questions, get ACs on the phones, work on POCs, and of course hook you up with a local regional reseller that can help you out as well. So please do take note of that phone number and give them a call. they want to be busy today. So let's see if we got some questions. I do see a couple out there that I want to address. One from Chris. How would I take advantage of NPAR technology with quality of service? And that's a great question, Chris. I really couldn't get into the weeds on that thing. It's just not the right forum for that. But do know that we have a lot of great material out there. NPAR itself allows you to partition multiple network streams from each physical port, each appearing to the operating system as a physical NIC. So the quality of service you get allows you to control the bandwidth of those network streams by setting a network bandwidth percentage on it of up to 100% of the available 10 gigabits. An oversubscription is allowed, so you can make quality of service of that unused bandwidth, allowing for maximum performance for more demanding networks in your configuration. So for more information on NPAR and QoS, I would certainly point you to some of the videos that we have out on QLogic.com. I think they're under the Solutions tab. So you can find it that way, and I think I looked recently, and if you just Googled QLogic and NPAR, N-P-A-R, you're going to go right to those pages. So that's good stuff. Thanks for that question, Chris. We got another one from Terry I want to address before we sign off. Terry says he's planning to update his 1 gigabit network to 10 gigabit. It looks like he wants to stay with RJ45 stuff, 10G base T. And so he's going to be upgrading his servers as well, but he wants to do the servers now. Well, my 10 gig adapters work with my 1 gig infrastructure for now. Yes, that's a great question, Terry. I didn't cover backward compatibility very well at all. So our QLogic, the 3400 series adapters, the RJ versions of them, they are the 10G base T versions, have the RJ45 connectors. Yeah, absolutely. They are backward compatible with 1 gig link speeds, and they're going to work great in that environment. And then when you're ready and you got your servers in place, you drop those cards in, great on 1 gig. And then when you got all your infrastructure updated to 10 gigabit, the cards will just auto-negotiate to 10 gig, and away you go, and you'll get, I guess, an order of magnitude acceleration and performance. So another good question. Thanks, Terry. And that looks like all we have today, Lori. So I think we can wrap it from here.
Well, thank you, Steve. As we promised, you should be receiving your Starbucks card within 10 to 15 business days, and we thank you for joining us. Have a great day.